Upgrades.
All right, and we are live. So what's up, everyone? This is Jorge from TeamJVS. We have a special guest with us. This is Mike.
Hey.
He will be my, for better lack of terms, the brains of the operation here, because he knows a lot more about this than I do. But if you're here, you're probably here because you know what we just saw. We just finished seeing episode 1 of Vox Machina, and this is season 2, which I guess just off the bat, Mike, what were your thoughts of this first episode?
I think it was a really strong first outing. If they really wanted to hit you with shock and awe, that was definitely the effect that I experienced watching that first episode.
No, that's awesome. Yeah, and I will say something I did enjoy is that they just went right into it. Like there wasn't any, you know, like as the same way that season 1 ended, this literally picked up right at that final speech, which I thought was kind of cool for sure. But overall, I guess let's just kind of do a quick summary of the whole thing. So this episode, and Mike, you're gonna have to correct me here. It introduced basically, and this is all spoiler related. So if you're looking for a spoiler-free thing, guys, we're not the place.
You might want to go to a different video.
Yeah, I was like, watch it and then see us. But this basically introduces 4 dragons that come and basically destroy the town of Emon. The dragons are called, shoot, Mike, what are they called?
They're called the Chroma Conclave.
There we go.
They're like the big bads of the second arc of the Critical Role campaign. First campaign, yeah.
And that's something forgot to mention. So Mike actually, correct me if I'm wrong, you saw the actual Critical Role play, like when they were actually doing this.
Oh yeah.
So,
I watched the first campaign, and I've been like really into Critical Role ever since. And when they announced that they were animating it, I lost my mind.
So when I say like it won't be a lot of spoilers for him, but for me there will be. Like he knows what's happening throughout all of this. So basically, yeah. So you get these dragons. They basically pop into into the town and just cause havoc. And then we were talking about this for a second. So there's an ice dragon. There was an acid dragon, a poison, and then a fire, right?
Yeah. One of the things I really love about this adaptation of Critical Role is that because Critical Role is based on a D&D game, a lot of the actual D&D lore is still in with the video. Like the white dragons breathe ice, black dragons breathe acid, green dragons breathe poison, and then obviously your red dragons breathe fire. And so having all of that in there is really cool to see. And also, like, I have my own images of like what these things look like, and the way that they depicted them were so beyond even my imaginings, particularly with the acid dragon.
Yeah. That one just looked menacing to me. Now, so something that I thought was kind of cool when the town's getting destroyed and they're trying to go to Gilmore's shop and they're picking up all the crap basically that was there. Did he use that crystal? Was that a dimension door spell that he used for that, or what was that?
No, so there is a spell where you can key an item to a specific place, but I can't remember what that particular spell is. It's a high level spell though. Beyond even dimension door or anything like that. Dimension door only will take you like 500 feet or something like that. I can't tell if that was the spell that I'm talking about, because usually the person has to be familiar with the location, and I don't remember Gilmore ever going to their keep in the first season.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't remember that. That's why I was wondering if it was like how that came about, because I know he held on to that crystal, and then once he used it, it almost seemed like a one-time use.
Yeah.
Thing. So that was definitely interesting. But from there, I guess the part that what was it? Kaylee, is she the one that was using the, I guess, splitting open the tree to like teleport people in there? What was
Yeah,
that?
Keyleth. So Keyleth is using like a pretty common druid spell. I think it's called Tree Stride, and you can like as long as you know the trees, you can just pass between trees.
Oh
I
snap!
guess the tree has to be big enough in order for you to actually enter it. Like you can't really do that with like the those like sidewalk trees that are only like a couple of inches wide. But like you find a good oak tree, you can like climb through it and it'll just pop out on the other end as long as you know the other tree.
Oh, see, okay, that was kind of dope. Yeah, because that one was the only one that I was kind of confused because when she started making the spell, you almost see the tree almost like peeling, and I was that one just threw me off, but that was dope. So, um, one thing that I don't know if you caught this when I guess when the few of the town peoples ended up going at the keep, it was either there or once they teleported through. There was that one kid with the green eyes that
Yeah.
so I guess without spoiling it for me or everyone else, was there a reason that that kid was the way he was towards
So there are a couple of people that in the original campaign that person could be. I'm still not sure who that person is, so to speak.
okay, cool.
Yeah.
So it'll be a surprise for everybody. I'll take that. The one thing that I thought was cool, which I didn't realize, was how the dragons had detect magic. Because
Yeah.
yeah, when he did the little like
So yeah, that dragons have what's called true sight, and it's like beyond even like dark vision. Like they can see through illusions and stuff like that.
so that was I enjoyed that. That was definitely very dope. So obviously they end up, teleporting back to what was it, Winterfell, I believe, and
They went to Whitestone.
Whitestone. Thank you. They went to Whitestone. Obviously Percy and his sister, meet up again for a hot second. But then now, it kind of ends with them having to go to, is it Vessel Hunt? No,
Yeah, Vasselheim.
Vessel Hunt. There we go. So, and that's kind of how the episode they tell them that, but then you get a glimpse of the dragons, which I found weird that there were only 3 dragons at the end instead of all 4.
I think, yeah, I'm glad that you picked up on that because that's definitely something that kind of hints at the dynamic inside the Chroma Conclave.
Ah, got
And
it.
again, also keeps with lore in regards to green dragons.
Okay, I like that. Okay, yeah, because I did notice that, but I guess you kind of get the fire dragon. Obviously, is the head honcho there, and
It's such an amazing name. His name is Thordak the Cinder King. It's
cool.
just so awesome.
That is okay. I don't even know if they mentioned his name, but just that sounds awesome. Okay,
Yeah, yeah.
I like that. So
I can't tell who the voice actor is, but part of me really wants it to be Tony Todd, Candyman, because he was the voice of the large red dragon that was in that Dota anime for Netflix.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I'm a big like voice actor kind of nerd. I like really love voice acting. So
No, that's dope. Well, that was the one thing that I thought was cool with season 1 that I kind of learned about was that like a lot of the voice actors were phenomenal and they kind of like just perfect,
yeah,
were spot on for me. But yeah, no, okay. Oh, that'll be cool. I'll have to look into that to see who the voice actor is for that. But obviously it ends on that for episode 1. But I guess for you, Mike, because I know I have very different things of like what's going to happen. You kind of know what happens, like somewhat in the story, but what are you expecting, I guess, in either this next episode or like
I get a good idea that we're going to see Vox Machina visit Vasselheim. We're going to see particularly. I'm hoping that we're going to see some of the guest stars that came in campaign 1. When they got to Vasselheim in campaign 1, there were like some guests that they had on the Critical Role show, and it was like Felicia Day, Will Wheaton, even Patrick Rothfuss shows up at one point to play different characters. So I'd like to see their characters pop up. There's like some really cool missions that they can go on, as well as a lot of development for Grog. I think the major thing I really look forward to in this series is seeing a lot of the NPCs and like side characters that join, and just see how they fit them into the overall milieu of the ensemble.
Okay, no, I get that. And see, and for me, I'm trying to figure out how, because it's like for me, I look at it and I'm still very much new to the D&D world, but it's like one ancient dragon is hard enough, and I'm just trying to figure out you have 4 that you have to like you take out, and I'm like how the heck are these guys going to pull off an army big enough, or just how they're going to do it? Because for me it's like last season alone, they got destroyed in that final battle. And I don't think any of those people were considered like ancients or anything spectacular. They were powerful, but like now I'm looking at it and I was like, you got like 4 ruthless dragons that like literally it's like no holds barred. Like they did not care who they
and
were.
they each have very distinct ways of being threats.
Yeah. All right. So let's ask this. So obviously there's certain characters that you would like to pop up. So far, I guess episode 1 wise, how do you feel that it has stayed to the true to the story? The actual like Critical Role campaign, and have there been any surprises in just this first episode that kind of threw you for like that wasn't expecting that?
I always forget how graphic some of the kills can be in this show, and it's just one of those things that I love, that the people who created this show are clearly people who grew up watching like action animation growing up.
Yeah.
And they just want to let the art form age with them so that they can reach those like kind of like rated R levels as well. And it's just that's something I really enjoy about this show. And as far as the way that they have adapted it to animation, it's really impressive. I know that there are certain things that they can't do because of licensing issues, also because of like some drama with like original cast members, that they can't show certain like characters, and like the way that they have like kind of streamlined the storytelling is better than I could have hoped for.
Oh, that's awesome. Excellent, excellent. Well, shoot, we don't want to hold you guys up here too long. But hopefully you guys are going to get used to seeing Mike here, because he will be joining me in basically every single one of these reviews, because like I said, he's gonna be my expert in all things, having to do with Vox Machina. But as always, this is Jorge. Obviously, this is now Mike. But just coming at you guys once again from TeamJVS. As always, like, subscribe, drop a comment. Let us know what you guys thought of this episode. What was one of your like favorite kills, or just favorite moments that just made you go like WTF? Like it's getting real, because there were a lot of them in this scene for sure. But other than that, we will see you here next time, guys. So
See you next week.
then, peace.